His voice was smug, almost casual. "My son has immunity. I own the judge. Drop it." I stared at the blood still drying on my daughter's shirt, the monitors beeping faintly in the hospital room. My hand gripped the phone tighter. "You have no idea who you're talking to," I said. My voice didn't rise. It didn't need to. "You have 10 minutes to turn him in." The CEO laughed. That arrogant, hollow laugh of a man who thinks wealth is armor. 9 minutes later, his lawyer called me. The panic in his voice was raw. "Who the hell are you? We're ready to accept all your terms. Just stop what you started." I didn't always live in the shadows. Once I was like them. Boardrooms, polished shoes, expensive lies. I'd built my life inside a system they thought they owned. I knew its skeleton, its weaknesses, its buried arteries. That's why I walked away. I wanted peace. Until his son ran a red light. Until my daughter's small body hit the pavement. Until he fled, drunk and grinning, leaving her to bleed. And then his father called, not to apologize, not to ask if she lived, but to threaten, as if I were just another piece on his board. Grief is a furnace. It burns the weak into ash. But me? It reforged me into steel. I didn't scream, I didn't beg, I didn't cry in front of anyone. Instead, I started where it hurt most, his empire. The CEO's company thrived on image, clean, innovative, philanthropic. Behind the curtain, it was rot. I already knew some of it. Enough to ruin him? Not yet. So I opened my files. Old contacts, favors people thought I'd forgotten. Former employees silenced with NDAs who still remembered. Shell companies, tax trails, hidden ledgers buried in jurisdictions he thought no one could reach. Piece by piece, the skeleton took shape. The first strike was quiet, a whisper in the right journalist's ear, a redacted document accidentally mailed to a regulator. Investors don't need certainty to panic, they just need smoke. The second strike was sharper. I froze accounts he thought were untouchable. Offshore holdings routed through proxies, traced, exposed, bled. His liquidity evaporated in days. The third strike was personal. His son's face on every screen. Photos, witness accounts, traffic camera footage. No edits, no commentary, just raw truth fed to the public. By the time he realized it wasn't random, it was too late. His name trended alongside words like cover-up and corruption. Stock price plummeted. Politicians distanced themselves. Friends turned strangers overnight. That's when he called me, the first time. His arrogance still intact. "My son has immunity. I own the judge." He thought I was playing checkers. He didn't realize I'd built the board. "You have 10 minutes, I told him. In those minutes, the system he owned started cracking. The judge he paid off, already under federal watch. The detectives he thought loyal, quietly flipped with wire transfers I'd arranged. His allies weren't allies anymore. They were liabilities, desperate to save themselves. By minute 5, he was dialing phones that no longer answered. By minute 7, his PR firm quit. By minute 9, his lawyer called me, desperate, broken, offering everything. I didn't scream, I didn't demand, I just listened. "Who the hell are you?" the lawyer begged. That was the question, wasn't it? To them, I was nobody, just a father, just another life they could trample. But I knew the truth. Men like him only respect power. And real power doesn't beg for justice. It creates it. The boy was arrested before midnight. Cameras swarmed. The CEO stood beside him, pale, silent, watching his dynasty rot in real time. His empire collapsed faster than I imagined. I never touched him, never raised a fist. All I did was hold up a mirror. and men like him cannot survive their own reflection. When my daughter finally opened her eyes weeks later, she asked me one question. "Daddy, is he gone?" I brushed her hair back gently. Yes. I didn't tell her about the files, the networks, the strikes. She didn't need to know the storm I unleashed. All she needed to know was that her world was safe again. Now the CEO lives in the same silence he once tried to trap me in. His fortune drained, his allies vanished, his son facing trial without a shield. And me? I returned to my shadows, to peace. Because the truth is, revenge isn't rage. It isn't fire or bullets. It's patience. It's precision. It's making sure the man who thought he owned the world finally understands he never even owned himself.